I'm excited for this one. Ren Money Game. I gotta be honest and say I have absolutely no idea what to expect, because as difficult as it is, I genuinely do not look up these things on my own time, so that way I can have a real first impression. But if I were to make a guess, from what I've seen about Ren and his ability to kind of call out the problems in society, I can imagine that it's going to be something about how money causes problems, how money can be used as a tool for I don't know, bad things, and like the oppression that can come with money. That's kind of like what I'm expecting. But I'm looking forward to this one, because probably one of my most favorite things that has come about on this channel is being able to talk about just deep topics that actually matter in life. And Ren is a musician who brings up those topics, and I have come to love that and appreciate that about him. So here we go. Ren Money Game. This is part 1, the official music video.
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, strife, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade. But now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game.
I love thinking about the creativity of Ren. Sometimes I think to myself, if he writes music based off of what he imagines he would do visually for it. Like that little pause right there, and then, you know, the fingers to the head, makes me think to myself, like, did he have that in mind, and then so he allowed the music to fit that visual? Or did the visual come later? You know, that I just wonder about that. But I gotta put the titles on here. Hopefully they'll be accurate.
Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop.
And it looks like Ren is playing the antagonist right now.
Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth. It's my right to hate. That's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make?
When did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist. What did he say? I don't know if these subtitles are correct here.
Become a reason to hate, a way to justify a racist slur or insult we make. There's an
irony. A racist slur or an insult we make. You know, one of the things too that Ren exposes for me is, I think a lot of the times, like in America, we can think that we have certain problems over here that maybe other countries don't. Right. And I think when I watch Ren stuff, like he talks about the problems with the medical industry, and now bringing up things like racial slurs and all of that. As an American, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this is again just my opinion right here, but I think sometimes we can think to ourselves that like that's a uniquely American problem, because of all of the racial tension that we've had in this country. And so Ren's music makes you feel connected in so many different ways. I think he also makes the world feel more connected, because a lot of times countries are going through the same exact problems, and you would be naive or ignorant to believe that they aren't. Am I wrong? I don't know. Fill me in. Let me know. I remembered actually somebody told me that the lyrics are in the description down below, so I will end up looking that up afterwards. Thank you to the viewer who told me that that's there.
And freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder that savages colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant. Cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent. I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome. And also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat. The same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions are our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right. In the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. The storm, it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we'd like to point the blame.
Oh man, I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. I am a history teacher. If you didn't know, I teach history in public school, and I teach early U.S. history. And one of the things that I love to discuss in my class is, the U.S.'s relationship with Native Americans, because we often think of ourselves as the native people. I think that can happen sometimes, especially from a young age. And I think that you need to be aware of the fact that, the United States colonized. The United States absolutely oppressed a group of people to the point of almost extinction. And Ren here goes into the whole history more than of what I would know as far as like Europe, about how Europe is colonized as well. And he's bringing up this deep, profound thought that everybody is playing a role in oppression, and that you lie in the middle, and that you would be lying to yourself if you believe these lies that fuel that you're blameless. I'm thinking off the top of my head here. It makes it really hard when I do these like very first real impressions, but that's what I'm getting so far, right? That you're lying to yourself if you think that you are blameless, and that the reality is that we all are a part of this game. We're all in the money game here.
Blame, blame, blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
The juxtaposition between the intensity and like the terrible thing that he is doing there with the lightheartedness of the vocal melody, I think is absolutely intentional and brilliant.
Old money game.
playing the antagonist. The very first part of this music video, I thought he was actually not mic'd up. I quickly discovered that he definitely was, though, but yeah. And then he's gonna do it to him too. So then the antagonist. Oh man, okay. I gotta pause this. I can't wait for the next one. I think he brings up, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's bringing up this profoundly deep thought that we are all, in some way or another, not as innocent as we may think that we are. He clearly looked like he was the antagonist. And then at the end, look what the antagonist does to himself. I can't believe where I started with Ren and where I am at now. And I wonder how many people have had this same experience, right? The Fred Again mashup was not the right place to start. But I'm kind of glad that I did, because now I have this like experience of like first seeing the Fred Again mashup and then seeing masterpieces like this. And not that the Fred Again mashup wasn't a masterpiece. It just wasn't what... It didn't showcase the emotion, the emotional awareness and the brilliance of what Ren can bring conversationally. Thank you for watching.